Marriage isn't built on the big moments. It's tested in the small ones. And this is the story of how a tiny misunderstanding taught us one of the biggest lessons of our life. Liam and Maya had been married for 3 years. On most days, they were a beautiful mix of love, laughter, and chaos. But like every couple, they had their moments, the small arguments that sparked out of nowhere. That day started like any ordinary Sunday. Sunlight filled the living room, birds chirped outside, and the smell of fresh coffee drifted through the apartment. Liam was getting ready for an important online meeting, and Maya was preparing breakfast. But a small moment changed the peace. Maya casually asked, "Can you put your coffee mug in the sink when you finish? I just cleaned the table." Liam, already stressed about his meeting, replied without thinking, "Can't you do it? I'm in a hurry." That one sentence cut deeper than he realized. Maya looked at him silently. It wasn't about the mug, it was about the tone, the carelessness, the dismissal, the assumption that her time mattered less. But she didn't say anything. She simply turned and continued cooking. Liam rushed to his meeting, not noticing the storm quietly forming in Maya's heart. When he came back an hour later, breakfast was on the table, but Maya wasn't. She was sitting on the balcony, looking away. The silence felt heavy. "What happened?" Liam asked, genuinely confused. She took a deep breath. "It's never about the mug, Liam. It's the way you talk when you're stressed. It feels like I don't matter." Those words hit him harder than any argument ever could. Liam sat beside her and thought about the last few weeks, the small frustrations, the rushed replies, the little dismissive gestures. He hadn't noticed how often he let stress make him careless with the person who loved him the most. He held her hand gently. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." But Maya wasn't angry. She was hurt. You know, marriage isn't only about love. It's about softness, how gently we treat each other, even on bad days. And suddenly, Liam understood. It wasn't the mug, it wasn't the tone, it was the pattern. Small moments piled up until they became emotional distance. That day, they sat together on the balcony, talking openly about stress, about expectations, about how small things can slowly erode a strong relationship if ignored. Liam apologized again, this time with real understanding. "I don't ever want you to feel small because of me." Maya smiled slightly. "And I don't want every tiny thing to turn into a silent wall between us." They made a promise, not a dramatic one, not the kind said in movies, but a quiet, powerful commitment. To handle small moments with big respect. To speak with kindness, even when tired. To listen, even when stressed. To choose softness, even in hard times. Over the next few weeks, Liam made small changes, placing his mug in the sink, saying thank you more often, and pausing before speaking when stressed. Maya noticed every bit of effort. And she, in turn, softened too, asking with love, not frustration, supporting him during stressful days, and appreciating the improvements. Slowly, something beautiful happened. They began to fight less, they began to understand more, and somehow love felt lighter, deeper, calmer. Because sometimes the strongest marriages aren't the ones without arguments, they're the ones where both partners choose to learn and grow from them. Months later, Liam looked back at that morning and smiled. A tiny fight over a coffee mug had changed everything. It taught them that marriage isn't destroyed by big tragedies. It's hurt by small, everyday neglect. And it is healed by small, everyday kindness. One evening, while they were cooking dinner together, Maya playfully nudged him. "Remember when you almost started a war because of a coffee mug?" They laughed, because now it was just a memory, a lesson, a turning point. Liam wrapped his arms around her and whispered, "I'm thankful for that day, you know. It taught me how to love you better." And Maya replied with a warm smile, "And it taught me to understand you more." Sometimes life teaches us the biggest lessons in the smallest moments. And that day, a tiny misunderstanding taught Liam and Maya the true meaning of partnership. Love isn't proved in grand gestures. It's built in tiny choices, tiny acts, tiny words, every single day.